So going forward, I think a few things. Yeah, we'll talk about dinette, and so the molding on this door was also detached. Again, I just got some construction glue with like quick set and just fix it, and it's quite durable. So basically, what else you need to do, guys? There is no caulking around the edges in the bathroom, so I decided just use flexible, like basically silicone, kind of like for windows that resists, flex and would not detach easily, and I just put all around the bathroom and so it will, because it was not sealed, and I don't want any moisture go into the frame and sit there. But this is not a problem. So the one thing that came also from dealer, that the black water and the gray water tanks were 2/3 full. So yeah, this is not acceptable. I don't know what those two buttons are. There's on the right next to the sink, there's one like a blue and red button. No idea. And I tried to contact the salesperson, Sean. I sent him a few texts, and he basically doesn't respond to me. And I think like the guy Scott, that president of Avalon Centers, said that he basically prohibited talk to me. So I was trying to discuss all this pre-inspection with their service manager Zach, and I keep getting, and I wrote a review on BBB, and I keep getting replies. Hey, he spoke to you. I was right next to me. I realized that the guy Scott was replying to me, or whoever from their community department just keeps sending me lies. That this, Zach actually was not talking to me. It was a Memorial Day and he was off. So and I got a call from BB, and they said they confirmed it was not their agent. It was somebody from the dealer trying to reply to me. If they're trying to be nice and so super polite when they do public, responses. But I can assure you, when they call you on the cell phone, this is something I would not expect to hear from their president or main guy manager. So that's all right. He will learn his lesson someday. Let me see where else. I think almost forgot. There was one thing also that they kind of failed to disclose. Right? If you look at the top of this molding, there's actually, it's not cut all the way. Let me go up all the way. So there's about like inch hole. That is, it's not big deal, but definitely aesthetically, doesn't please your eye when you see a hole in your ceiling. Actually, one big thing, almost forgot. So when I turned the AC, and I was able actually to fix it, I think I just reset it. So the AC and the heater were going on together, but the main thing, I could not feel the air coming out from the ducts in the AC ducts here, or any of those. So basically what happened, if you open this unit, this box, there's basically like a compartment separation with like a big sticky foamy insulation thing that goes kind of divides in two parts. So this is air going out, this is air going in. So if you close this one, the air was not circulating or going through those ducts in the ACs. In the AC, this AC part. So when I went inside of that compartment, there's like a tape made of fudge, and then I have to poke with my finger, and I found the space behind it. So I was able, actually took it off, and actually those were ducts that were sealed, that their dealer failed to open up, or at least did not ask me how I prefer through one versus the all other ducts, until AC air going out. So yeah, and then this was kind of something I have to figure out on my own. Yeah, also something I would probably suggest you guys, when you buy this type of toy hauler, again, just get some more sturdy, not like a for in-house use, but more maybe, I'm sure, like kind of like a sealant, RV sealant, maybe like for indoor use. Basically, that will be very resistant to any flex and movements of the of the walls, and just seal around along the edges. This is something we're gonna do if you're gonna bring in a toy side by side or anything. If snowy weather, rainy, the moisture will be going under those joints, like these joints and those joints, and again it will go into frame. So I'm planning to take this cover over this joint molding, like for metal, and just use some like RV sealant, and just glue them on and basically seal everything around. Okay, so let's continue. So another thing that was, I realized, this company, Forest River, does not provide with stickers or labels so you have to come up with your own labels. Again, I think 1, 2, 3, those switches work for outside lighting, but I think one of the switches, I think this one, does not power anything. So again, I'm not sure if that switch, because I think this is inside light. So there's one LED, second LED, I think the third, 1, 2, 3, maybe one of those switches actually powers the outside LED, the front LED. So I think I don't recall specifics, but I think 1 or 2 switches are not powering anything. So I'm hoping that there is problem with wiring, and one of the switches should power the outside front, that front LED light. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I think this is all outside and this is inside switches. But again, this one, I don't know what does power, because this one's the main light, this one is the light that's right under, and this switch, yeah, I'm not sure what does do. Okay, all right, let's go out. And before we go out, yeah, we didn't want to buy the built-in Onan 4000 generator. I think it's like 3500 option. So I would not waste for it. It's noisy. We have a neighbor with that generator. You cannot sleep with it. I hate it. So we've got this Westinghouse, or you could, or Cummings. They're around 700 to a grand. Depends if you want a refurbished versus brand new unit. So refurbished, I think like 20 and less hours guaranteed from the factory. So we just went with refurb for $700 shipped. Can't be that. So if you even buy directly from factory, you can pick it up in Ohio, in Columbus. Yeah, that will be even cheaper. So yeah, look on those on eBay. It's plenty of power, and I think they're quite reliable. We sold our Honda 2000, it wasn't just not enough power. I didn't want to invest another grand into the second unit. We just occasional users, not like constant users of generators. So I think that should be plenty, and I don't have to move it as much. So I'll just roll it in and roll it out, and we're good to go. Okay. All right. So coming back, I think the points: make sure you ask the dealer to give you detailed walkthrough with live video, or I would say just probably get like a recording of it, or you can actually record where they will be showing you, so you can go back and ask some questions, and they won't be able to say, it's your problem, we told you, and stuff like that. Especially if you buy it online and not able to actually come to the site of sale, that will be actually very helpful. Yeah, get all the names. Yeah, because I didn't expect that. The salesperson was actually quite good. I think he kind of got stopped by his president of the Avalon RV Center in Medina, Ohio, and I think he stopped his communication as per his request or order. Same applies for Zach, the service manager. I never got a call from him or any excuse, like apologies or any explanation. My questions were not answered. So I'm waiting for Forest River to get back to me and solve those questions I have. Yeah, I would say with my experience with this wholesale dealer was not not satisfying. The salesperson was fine, but he was sort of rushing things. Able to answer, which was, I think, they give good grades. He was able to text me back and kind of communicate with me. I have no communication from accountant who was handling my paperwork, so I had some questions about some papers they want me to sign, some waivers and stuff like that. So never heard back. So I was able, but got to talk to salesperson who sort of helped me, kind of guide me, but he was not super knowledgeable. He sort of helped me, so I made my own decision. And the sales manager was not professionally behaving with me, and he was very angry and rude. And I never heard, at least, giving somebody was telling me, like, give you 3 seconds, that's it, with and goodbye. So yeah, I would think several times before I go there and actually buy something. If the price is very attractive, so guys, make sure they go through everything with you and show you every option and what they're gonna do. Yeah, I don't trust I don't trust that dealer at least anymore. So they just sold it and dump it on me, and it's my problem from now on. So I don't I don't want to even talk to them. It just because they just rude. I would like to hear about those fun, the go walk through and give me some explanation on some of my questions. I might call them. I know they're not going to be happy. We'll see. But it will take you too much of your time and like your energy and resources just to get the justice about this. So I would say, do everything before ahead of time, so you don't have to have any headaches like I have. So I'm waiting for my warranty repair. I'll ask their service tech or service manager to help me to solve those questions with electrics. Some trim stuff, which I think we should be able to fix it. And yeah, if I had the option to take it back, I would just give them back for the full refund and just earn business at other dealer. Because I had two options: either to buy from Coach RV, I think it was in the same state, or those guys. But since I like this front wall more curvy with some details and LED lighting, then I basically decided to go for this unit. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free, post some comments. I figured out the rod that in the heater was anode rod, so that question solved. My previous camper was like Winnebago 2100 BH, so that has, I think, aluminum tank, so we did not have any anode rod, so no corrosion. That was way easy to maintain. So I just bought a spare anode rod. So yeah, I think one more thing we noticed, but I need to talk to dealer. We had some leakage from underbelly when we lowered the hitch, there was some water coming out from underbelly covering. So I'm not sure if there's some small leaks of something. So I think I also will be pursuing, investigation on that part. We didn't see any more further leak when we went camping, but I think I'm hoping it was some water, maybe residual from something, maybe from when they were coming here, there was some rain. So I don't know. I highly doubt. I mean, it should accumulate underbelly, but we'll see. Anyway, if you have any questions, shoot me those. I'll be happy to at least share my experience with this camper. So far, things are good. We like it a lot. Despite those, bad communication, actually no pre-inspection from the Avalon RV Center in Medina. I would think again several times before I go there and purchase something. Just be cautious and be very particular and meticulous about inspection and everything else. So ask them for videos and proofs. Otherwise, it will turn into nightmare, and then you have to wait, for repairs. All right, well, have a good night and take care.